What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates every single day on Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and the Dow Jones Industrial. We'll take a look at that at the end of the video, see what that's doing. It gives us a little clue what Bitcoin's going to do. Don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. Let's get on with it. All right, guys, as always, want to remind you I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial, trading, or investment advice. Disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Make sure you read it. And always remember, this is my opinion, not yours. I want to talk about the news headlines real quick just to get a feel for the sentiment. I know everybody was giving me bad comments yesterday and just people ripping on me for being bearish because everybody was so bullish. Well, that's what happens when people are that bullish. We usually don't go up. But anyways, we're going to take a look at a very low target that I've been looking at. We talked about in a previous video. Just going to go over that real quick. But also, we're going to look at where I think we're headed from here. So stick around. All right. Market wrap. Bitcoin rebounds after 9,500 after scary sell-off. And now look at us. Miner revenues crash, but this has always marked Bitcoin macro bottom. Price drops 7% an hour after Bitcoin sees a ghost. And yeah, that Satoshi thing, whatever. Guys, if you watch the channel, we were calling for that anyway. Now people that were wrong and being moon boys are saying that that's why it dropped. That's not why it dropped, guys. Everything's in the charts. No, ISIS does not have 300 million Bitcoin war chest. Bitcoin is up more than 90% during the coronavirus quarantine. Blockchain bites Bitcoin's difficulty adjustment and more. So the news is kind of, just neutral pretty much. I do want to remind you guys, if you haven't watched the video, I made a video explaining the WOE token scam a few days ago. You can check it out on my page. Nobody's talking about it, guys. This is just like the +1 token scam. And nobody's talking about it now, but if we do have a dump like I think we're going to, this is what they're going to blame it on. You heard it here first. All right, crypto fear and greed index, we are at 49. We dropped 3 points from yesterday, still in the neutral zone. I want to show you yesterday in my Discord group. Like I said, it's free. Check it out in the description below the video. I had posted this up as these targets, 94.45. If that didn't hold, next target was 91.42, which you guys see where we're at now. At the time of making this video, I think Bitcoin's around 93.57. I do think we head down here. If that breaks, then we're looking for the $8,900 range. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that obviously you can see I posted this way before all this happened. But anyways, let's look at the monthly. We have our trend lines here, and look at that. We're getting back below this top one. 93.40 is our top of this, the resistance here, and then the support down here. And this is for the monthly close, guys. If we close above the 93.40, I'm bullish. If we close in the middle between 93.40 and 85.57, I am neutral. And if we close below that 85.50 range, I am still bearish. As you guys know, I've been bearish. I've been catching a lot of flack for it. It is what it is, guys. I just show you what I see in the charts, and I could be wrong, but I'm just showing you what I see. And I actually give you my opinion. Unlike other channels that'll just show both, and then when it goes there, when it makes a move, then their next video is, I told you it was going to do this. In my opinion's wrong sometimes, but I do give you the bearish and bullish case scenario. So anyways, but that's what I'm looking at the monthly. We are getting support still above the 8 EMA, which at this time is around 8,300. So don't forget my wife's webpage, inkyorimage.com, with some other affiliate links down there also. Definitely check them out. It's a great way to support the channel. And all right, so the weekly. Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting. We'll take a look at the RSIs too. They are giving us major clues, and we may have a confirmation today's daily candle close on the daily RSI, and I'll show you what that is. But anyways, looking at this falling broadening wedge possibility that we've broke out of, looks like we've come down to test support. And if we have, then we could be looking for this break here. This is the bullish case scenario. And again, guys, I'm bearish. I don't believe this is going to happen, but that's just my opinion. But we would have to break the $10,500 range for this to happen. But if it was to break that 10.5, my measured move off that is 16,000, which this trend line that everybody's talking about that we broke, we have not broke. Draw it off the wicks, guys, if you want to be accurate. And until we break that, because people are saying we got to close above the line they're putting in, which is going off the bodies. I do not do that. A break of 10.5 will clearly break this trend line, and then I will get bullish. Until then, guys, I am still bearish. I'm going to remain bearish. We have some lower targets down here, and these are just off trend lines. There's one at 45.70, 28.45, 1,000. Not saying it's going to happen, but I do want to show you a low that I do think is a possibility. No guarantees. Obviously, this is the market. Nobody knows for sure, but I'm going to show you what I believe, how I believe we could go down below 4,000, and I'll show you what that target is. But anyways, that's what we're looking at here. EMAs still look bullish on the weekly. The 200 EMA on the weekly is sitting right around 55.39. Let's take a look at the RSI. These trend lines here are just looking like a symmetrical triangle that I have in here. But we have been watching this falling channel, and I said if we broke out, closed above it, we're going to look pretty bullish, but most likely we would come down and retest. And it does look like we are headed down to retest on the weekly, either this week or next week. We'll know more later. Definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, leave your comments down below. It really helps the algorithm, and share the video if you enjoy them. But let's get into the daily. So looking at the daily, we'll look at the RSI too, because that's the important thing I want to talk about. But you see this low I have down here around 3,400, somewhere in that range, probably between 3,400 and 3,500. And how I get that, I'll show you that before we get into the other targets. But if we looked at this, put the Fibonacci extension up here at the swing high, down to the swing low down here, and there we go. That would be the 1-to-1 extension, making this, draw it in there real quick. Whoops, that wouldn't be what I want. That would be making this an A, B, C correction. That is definitely a possibility, guys. I want to put that out there because that is something to watch for. I know everybody's extremely bullish, but if we don't break that 10.5, there's no reason to be bullish. It's actually looking pretty damn bearish. We are falling through the EMAs here on the daily, and I have this rising channel that we've been watching that I've been saying I believe we will break down from. And if we came down today, would be around the 87.20 range. Every day it goes higher. Tomorrow would be the $8,800 range. And we have some targets right in that area. But anyways, let's take a measured move. If we were to break down, today or tomorrow, I'd be looking for $6,500 Bitcoin. And that is, that means if we break here, and that doesn't mean we shoot straight down, guys. That could take days, weeks, months, who knows. But timing the market is the hardest thing. But anyways, as you can see, I have these white prices here, and that's from the swing low to the swing high, Fibonacci retracement. The 0.236 is 86.28. 0.382 is 7,700, which is one of our targets because it's been it's been support and resistance for a very long time. And then we have the 0.5 at around 69.50, and our golden pocket zone, which is, I believe we're headed here, at least in my opinion, if we don't break 10.5, and that's around the 6,200. It could be between the 0.65 and 0.618, so anywhere between 6,050, 6,250. That's not to hold. I've had this 5,400 target for months, guys, and the 0.786 is 5,100. So even if we do come all the way down to this, we are going to get most likely bounces and consolidations around these. Again, all this is nothing if we break the 10.5. So, and if we break the 10.5, we may go up pretty high and then come back down and retest it. But again, I'm bearish here, guys. I'll let you know when I change my opinion. That's why I do daily updates. Let's go into the RSI. This is what I was talking about watching. As you can see, the rising channel we've been in forever. In blue here, we had this falling broadening wedge, which we popped out of. Now we have a rising broadening wedge, guys, and we are testing the bottom right now. If we close a daily below this, that is extremely bearish. We could come all the way back down and retest this bottom trend line, which, you know, depending on how long it takes and whatnot, could be, you know, that would be breaking this line also, breaking this rising channel. And I would be looking for at least 7,700 if that was to happen, if we close down below this. So keep that in mind. Keep an eye on it. We'll look at the 4-hour RSI is telling us some stuff too. And here's the 4-hour. This is our measured move from falling out of here. Actually, 8,600 is a 0.236, but our measured move from falling out of this triangle here, we talked about it yesterday, lines up with the 200 EMA right around that 8,750 range, which is the bottom of that. So keep an eye on that. We will most likely get a bounce here. If we don't get a bounce, and I think it's going to be a real swift move down. But yeah, and all our targets still remain the same on here. Excuse me. And we talked about this also. This rising broadening wedge that we broke down from back in March. I was looking for a retest. We didn't quite touch, but that may have been close enough. If not, then we may get that 10.5 and retest the bottom of this. And get rejected. But if we break that 10.5, guys, remember, then everything changes. I go bullish. All right, let's look at the RSI. We had this in here yesterday. Talked about it a little bit. This rising channel in the 4-hour RSI. We had this resistance line up here. Support line down here, which looks like a falling broadening wedge. And we had this trend line off here, making this look like a falling wedge. And as you can see, we broke that, came back up, tested it for support or resistance, got rejected, and it looks like we're headed back down to the bottom of this, get in here, the bottom of this channel here. And if that was the break, bearish as hell, in my opinion. Litecoin, EMAs are turning bearish. We didn't look at the EMAs in the 4-hour over here. Yeah, the EMAs are turning bearish, guys. They're turning over on themselves and crossing here. It looks like today's going to be a down day, in my opinion. We may get a little bump up back to the 7 or 95.50 range, somewhere in there, but most likely head back down. Litecoin, same thing. We've been playing, kind of straddling this rising channel, the bottom line. This could be moved down to these wicks down here. I'm just going to leave it there because that's what we've been watching. In the bullish case scenario, we would have to break this blue line, and if we went up in the next couple days, would be around 4,800, and then I would be looking for 51 for the bullish case, 55 for the next target, and then the 0.618 retracement of this swing low or swing high to swing low would be around the 61.95. But I believe most likely we're breaking down from here. We are opening and closing 4-hour candles below this trend line now. And our measured move of that was around the $30 range. So the golden pocket area for the retracement of this swing low to swing high is around $34.96. That would match up with Bitcoin's $6,200 range. So that's what I'm looking at here. Let's look at Ethereum. Same thing. Ethereum is back down below here, getting support at the 55 EMA now. But the EMAs are turning over and turning bearish. The golden retracement, golden pocket zone. We did not look at the RSI, I apologize, on Litecoin. Litecoin, so this is the trend line we talked about breaking yesterday, which obviously we have. What it looks like could be forming here in the 4-hour RSI is an inverse head and shoulders, making another little boost up in Litecoin before coming down and retesting this channel here. And that would most likely get us to, by looking at it, maybe the $38 to $41 range, but you have to keep an eye on that. RSI will not give you the exact price, depending on the power of the market, how it moves. Ethereum, same thing, rising channel. we had been looking at the bullish case on this is looking at this as a rising or a falling broadening wedge. And the measured move of that would be the point, or I'm sorry. Yeah, the 0.786 retracement of this swing high to the swing low down here, around $250. That's the bullish case scenario, guys. The bearish, of course, is coming down to this 142 range, the 0.618 retracement. Let's look at the RSI. RSI, we broke out of this wedge we had drawn in here. Looking pretty bearish, guys. We've broken down back to the bottom of this channel and broken this wedge. Looks like we come down to at least the 200 EMA on the 4 hour around 194. Let's take a look at the daily RSI just to get I haven't looked at it. Yeah, daily RSI, we got plenty of room to come down, and it does look like an inverse head and shoulders. I'll draw that in there right here on the daily. So yeah, bearish. Everything's looking freaking bearish, man. There's no two ways about it. And again, guys, it's my opinion. Anything could happen. If you're interested in trading, I'm going to leave a Prime XBT tutorial up top. Definitely check it out. You can trade Forex, commodities. It's by far my favorite exchange for Bitcoin trading. I do also use Dudex and Bybit. It all depends on what I'm trading and how I'm trading. So check them out. I have some links below that give you bonuses for using, either exchange you sign up with. And if you use the promo code SAVVY50 on Prime XBT, you get a $50 bonus on top of whatever you deposit up to 1 Bitcoin. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees for 1 month. Let's look at the pre-market. So Dow looks like it's going to be opening down. Let me refresh this, make sure it's right. Yeah, it looks like it's down 146 points as of now, which it doesn't open for another 2.5 hours. Let's look at the targets we have here. Still looking at, if we come up, this would be heavy rejection area, the 200 EMA, which would be the 25.6. We have support down here at the 55 EMA at 24.1. I still have this target at 21.1. Yeah, 21,100 points from the breakdown of this channel. Could go retest the bottom of the channel, which would line up with the 200 EMA. But here, I do have, guys, I know a lot of people are thinking, it's going to keep going up because they can print money. And that may be right. But guys, I don't think it is. I think this is a huge bull trap, a huge money grab. They're going to get everybody's confidence, which if you watch all the stock guys and stock traders, they're getting pretty confident that this is going to keep going up. The more money they dump into it, and they can get them to dump into it, they're going to sell into, and I think it's going to be bad. People that pulled their 401ks are starting to put their 401ks back in. Be careful, guys. This looks like a classic suckers rally. I could be wrong. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, definitely consider subscribing by clicking the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Smash that like button. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is a suckers rally? Do you think Bitcoin's going to drop more? Depending on what you're into, what are you thinking? And yeah, don't forget to comment and share the video if you can. It really helps the YouTube algorithm and it helps my channel grow. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'm out.